the largest dromaeosaurid that we know of. This is the Utahraptor Ostrommaysi by Beasts of the Mesozoic. I am so glad that I finally got this figure. I was really excited when this one was announced, being one of the largest members of its family. You can see detail on this. It looks very nice here in the box. You got some nice artwork here on the front of the box as well. I love the colours that they choose for these figures, which are based on real life animals. So this colour scheme is based on the harpy eagle, I believe. You can have a look at the box here. You got some information on the figure. You can see where I bought it from. So I purchased this from Everything Dinosaur, which is where I get most of my dinosaur figures. Have a look at the back of the box. Got a nice picture there of the Utahraptor and some facts about the dinosaur, as well as other dinosaurs, other dinosaur figures by Beasts of the Mesozoic. Do have the new Utahraptor here as well, which I'll probably be picking up at some point. So we'll get this one opened up and take a closer look at the figure. You do get this nice woodland background. If you want to display your figure with this in the back, it does look pretty nice. Let's a quick look at the figure outside the box. So it comes in two parts. So you've got this main figure here at the top, and then you've got the bases and extra feet there at the bottom. Go and take everything out and we'll have a closer look. Got all the accessories and extra bits that come with the figure out on the table here. So you do get this little instruction leaflet. It just tells you a bit about the articulation. So gives you some instruction on how to get a wider open mouth pose on the figure. It gives you a bit of info on it, which is pretty cool. And you have some information on how to assemble the bases, which are pretty straightforward. And you do have some instructions on these swappable feet here. So we'll start off by looking at the bases quickly. Got two bases with this, both are clear plastic. Would have been cool to have like a painted base like they did with the Tyrannosaur line, but I'm not too bothered. So it's just a standard ball peg on the end there, so you can move that in any position. It's pretty cool. I think this is one of the newer bases that they include. So this little piece can slide up and down along these tracks here. Then you can have the figure posed how you want. This little bit on the end attaches onto here, provide some support. We'll try these out a bit later and see how well they support the figure. You have the extra feet here, which look very nice. These are meant to be sort of running feet. Do have an articulated claw. And you have the collectible cards that come along with these figures. Very nice artwork, as you see on the front of the box. And again, you got some information on the dinosaur there. Now we'll take a look at the figure. And here is the Utahraptor. The tail does come separately, so To fit that on, I would recommend heating it up, which I've done in this instance, and it will just fit on nice and easy. We'll start off by taking a look at the head of the Utahraptor here. You can see some nice colouring there. Got this sort of black colour, some light white colours here on the lip. Bit of brown here on the nose. See the eyes like this bluey white colour. Got this nice blue stripe going back there. If you open the mouth here, you've got some nice detail in there. See the teeth. Can look up that far and look down that far with the help of its body moving as well. Take a look at the neck here. Some nice colouring there as well. It's white and brown mixed there. There's some sloppy paint applications here. Brown is just sort of mixed in with the white here. This weird white spot here. So maybe some paint just chipped off here. See the feathering on this, it looks very nice. Nice dry brushing as well. Got the arms here, which can move out, up. You also have articulation here, lower down the arm. Can move it up and down. You also got articulation here where the claw is. You can again move that up and down. Seems to feel a bit loose this side. Oop. That came off very easily. This other side seems really solid. To be a bit careful with this side, because that's coming off very easily. Do have a bend in the torso here, so you can bend him down and up, side to side. Legs can go back pretty far. Forward as far as the articulation will let you. Got a bend at the knee. Swivel on the foot, and the claw is articulated. So it goes down that march, goes up. Not sure if that's coming on the camera there, but there is like some white paint on these claws. Doesn't look too nice. Got some nice striping there on the tail, nice feathering. And this is on a bendy wire, so can position this anywhere you'd want. Nice dry brushing underneath. Really like the feathering on this, looks very nice. compare them to some other figures. Just wanted to show here that you can have this figure standing and supporting its own weight. So it's standing here perfectly without the base, just depends on how you have him posed up. His tail's not actually touching the ground there. So he is supporting his own weight at the moment, which is very nice to see. Here we have the Utahraptor next to the Gorgosaurus and Albertosaurus from Beasts of the Mesozoic as well. So you can see how these guys would compare with each other if you wanted to have them displayed together. These do look very nice together. See the sort of sizing there. Here we have the Utahraptor next to the Nanmu Blood Knight and White Queen, which are other posable raptors you might want to display this figure with. These do look pretty cool together. See the Utahraptors, definitely a bit larger. Overall, in my opinion, I feel like this is a great figure to have. The main points that I like about this figure is the articulation. I love these posable dinosaur figures. I think they're very great to have, especially if you collect a lot of other figures, toys that you might want to do some toy photography with. I think it's a really good option. I also really like the color scheme that they've gone for this figure. Now it's based on a harpy eagle and it's pulled off very well on this figure. It's extremely believable. I mean, you would really think that this animal would have had this sort of color scheme when it was alive all these millions of years ago, which I really like that they make these color schemes look very believable for the animal. The joints on this figure for the most part are very solid, which is what you would want. You definitely want tight joints on a movable figure. But saying that, unfortunately, one of the arms, as you saw earlier in the video, does seem to come off very easily on mine. I think I might have just been unlucky with this one. I might try and maybe put a bit of glue or something there to keep it held in place, but I'm not too bothered by that. I just got to be a little bit careful with how I pose it and how I articulate that particular arm. So it's not too big of a deal for me. All the other joints and movable parts are fine on the figure. I've not had any other issues with them. I haven't been a long time collector of Beasts of the Mesozoic figures. I only started collecting during their last Tyrannosaur wave with the Albertosaurus, Gorgosaurus, and Daspletosaurus, also Tarbosaurus as well. The only figures that I picked up from that wave were the Albertosaurus and Gorgosaurus because I felt like the sculpts and the color schemes on those figures were really great. Not to say that the others weren't good. I think they're all really good, but the Gorgosaurus and Albertosaurus really stood out for me personally. So those were the ones that I went out and added to my collection. And out of the 3 Beasts of the Mesozoic figures I have now, this is the only one that I've had any sort of issue with so far, with obviously the claw falling off very easily. So I purchased this figure from Everything Dinosaur for about £74, which I think is quite expensive. These Beasts of the Mesozoic figures aren't cheap at all, but I think quality wise, articulation wise, they are very, very good, which does make them worth the price, in my opinion. And for me, I would only pick the dinosaurs that I really, really want to add to my collection from Beasts of the Mesozoic. I don't want to go out and buy every single one of their figures because that's going to be very, very expensive. So I'm just picking and choosing the few that I like. Overall, I would definitely recommend this if you feel like you need to have a Utahraptor in your collection. For me, I usually collect PNSO, Rebor, and How Long Good figures, and none of those have released a Utahraptor yet. So this was a good opportunity for me to grab one. And if you're like me and you want to have one, then by all means, definitely go for it. You will not regret it. Thank you for watching.